Hi everyone, welcome to another video, and today I'm really excited to show you how I went about uploading my first artwork on my own smart contract. It's something that all artists should do because it's very easy. It took me a long time to get to this stage because I never had all the right pieces lined up for it to kind of go smoothly first time round. So I wanted to record the process from the beginning to the end so you know what to expect throughout the process, but also what you need to prepare before you get to the stage of creating your own contract so you can upload your artwork to sell on OpenSea, on Foundation, on any of the marketplaces of your choice. So let's begin. You go to manifold.xyz, this will take you to the homepage. You can see it's got beautiful artwork by one of my favorite artists. Click studios.manifold.xyz. This will take you to where you need to create your own smart contract. They have extensive documentation, the documents, FAQ, and to the Discord. When you first log in, you already need your own wallet connected. So I set up a brand new wallet for this project called Manifold. So I'm going to connect that. And I've moved 0.08 ETH, which is about 120 USD in the current market. You sign the contract, you sign the link to approve access, and you'll come to a blank profile page. So this is where you put your name or your artist name or whatever handle you want to give it. An optional email. I'm docs, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to share my email there. So this is where you can do your first contract. And they've recently introduced a burn mechanism, which is something that I'm going to be using. You can read a bit more what that actually means in a lot more detail than I explained in this video. So you can click to learn more. Okay, we're going to start with a brand new contract. The contract name is not your artist name. The contract name, it should be the name of your artwork. So I'm going to call mine Infinite Love, which is the title of my artwork. The symbol is just something that can find. I don't think it's too important. I don't think you can see it anywhere besides a smart contract. So I will just put something simple. So I'm using Infinite Love initials. So ILJC for my name. And the type of the contract, you can pull this in the drop down menu. It's ERC721 or ERC1155, which is the one I'm going to be using because that's the mechanism I want to use for burning the tokens down the track. So we've now uploaded our ASCII mark. You can use it of the Google tools to help you create that. You can use that with the artwork, your existing artwork, and turn an image into one of these marks. Or you can use a text-based one, and there's a lot of them that you can just type, say, Joy Chang art, and they will turn it into whatever font you like, to whatever style you like, and then you can just copy and paste into this section. And my advice is to double check it in its frame before you deploy it. So deploying on the testnet, it's really cool. It allows you to kind of go through the whole process without paying any real money, just to see what it'll look like. So we connect it to our wallet and it'll ask you to switch to this testnet, and you'll need some Goerli, which is like fake money for this fake testnet. And it will take you to Goerli Faucet in here. And from here, you just have to sign up to Alchemy, which will give you, I just use my Google to connect. And that way you drop your wallet into here and say, send me. And it will send the Goerli Faucet. So it's kind of like a tap, and then you just get some fake money sent to you so you can use fake money to play on this testnet playground, which I think is really cool. Sign up for Alchemy, and then there we go. Look at that. It's a cool cat in the background. So it's all done. The testnet has sent, I think they sent you like 0.02. Is it 0.0? Yeah, no, 0.2 Goerli for you to play around with. If you need more, you can always come back and grab it, but I don't think you'll need that much at all. Every test action is like very, very minimal. It's like 0.00 something. So this will last you quite a few testnet minutes. I wanted to highlight when I first did this, it took me ages because I couldn't work out why it wasn't working. It says your contract name symbol has already been used. Try a different one. And that's because I created another contract on the ERC721 first, and I use the same symbols and I use the same name, which now really annoys me. So if you do too many tests and it takes up the name you want to use for your final upload, then the final one you won't be able to use the name previously picked, because once it's deployed, even on the testnet, and it goes to OpenSea, that name and the handle has already been taken. So I've gone back and deleted all my previous ones so that this will work. Another issue I hit was when I was trying to click deploy on Goerli, it kept bouncing back because it said you had to space the name, where I couldn't see it on the contract or the symbol or that. So I was like, can the ASCII mark not have any spaces, because my uses so much space for it to give you that negative space around the flower. So I got really annoyed, and it took me ages, and then I realized it was because the symbol had an underscore and you can't use underscore. So that's my advice, because the text there was a bit confusing, and I played around with it for ages. I deleted all the space in one of the artworks and I was like, oh, it looks terrible. That's not a flower I want on my smart contract. So there you go. And then we can deploy on Goerli. So you have to sign the signature, and the estimated gas fee will show you that it's only using 0.000551 Goerli. So you've got plenty more to play with. It'll await for your signature, and then it takes a little while for it to deploy the contract. I think it comes up with another signature. No. And then it's verified. Hooray! And then you can see your mark has kind of been put into a frame, which is quite cool. Then you'll get this. What do you want to create? You can create a single token or a claim page. A claim page is what I want to do because I want to release mine as a timed edition piece with my own claiming page. And a single token is if I want to mint a one-of-one artwork, and I'll directly mint it onto the blockchain so that you can see on NFT marketplace like OpenSea or Foundation. So I will show you how you would do a single token, because when I do the claim page, you don't need to do a test, because it needs to be, the contract needs to be live already on the mainnet for you to create a claim page. But I will show you how to do the single token as if you would upload your original one-of-one artworks. So skip ahead if you want to go straight to the claim page. But if you want to learn how to upload a single artwork as a single token on the smart contract that you've just created, then keep watching. So we're going to upload our artwork. Mine is an animation loop. It's created in a 3D program, and I've made it so that it's an infinite loop because it's infinite love, so that it continues to rotate. Upload the MP4 is the file format, and you can see at the bottom it's got the download and the process time. The file size I have is about 35 megabytes. I think the smaller the file size, the faster it will upload, obviously. But if you have a really big file, my suggestion is potentially you could keep the file size smaller, and as an option for your holders, you can airdrop them or you can send them the bigger file, because that way it won't lag once it's on a marketplace for the artwork to show up. My recommendation is also not to have like a super high res image for the thumbnail as well, again, because one, it might not show up very clearly, or it will take too long to download and you might have some issues. I think I've had that before when I tried to upload something that was way too big. So now it's uploaded, you can see it, it's beautiful. We can test the sound because my one has sound. It's playing music. The orientation's okay, so that looks okay. And then we give it a name and a thumbnail. It's created by, and the created by Joy Chain Art, I think that's pre-populated because of the smart contract that it's minting on. So when you create a smart contract, it's kind of like the program that's going to hold your artwork, and the token is what's inside the smart contract. So you can have multiple artworks in the one smart contract. So for example, if I have Infinite Love 1, 2, 3, 4, I can use the same Infinite Love contract, and they will kind of be grouped together on the marketplace, which is a really nice way to organize your artwork. Down the track, I might have a bigger collection where I have the one smart contract and then a couple of different variations of different artworks that I want to drop over time and using the same artwork. But as long as it's minted in the same wallet, they will be all together in the one place. That was another issue I couldn't work out. I was like, do I use the same wallet to mint all my artworks using one smart contract, or do I need to create separate smart contracts for each artwork? And ultimately it depends on you. If there's synergies between the artwork, you can do it on the same contract. If they're very different, then I'd suggest making a separate contract per artwork. You can add your web page. I just pasted my description that I previously wrote down, which explains a bit more about the artwork. And I think it's always nice because sometimes people see your artwork and then when you read the description, it gives you that extra layer of understanding of what it means. And then you can put in your artist name. And then I added floral as a new property, and I added the chrysanthemum in case I want to use the contract later and I mint another token, another piece of artwork that's floral and potentially with a different type of flower so that I can filter it easily. I don't know, it's probably useless for me right now, but I was like, oh, since I can put in these new properties, I might as well add one and see what to do with it later on. And then we're going to mint it on Goerli. And when you choose a recipient, you have the option to select the number of editions, or you can airdrop it to previous customers, which I think is really cool. So I'm just going to choose myself, and it's going to bring up the pop-up again. You're going to sign the contract, confirm it. So this one uses like 0.0003 Goerli. And then it's minting the token. Takes a little while to finalize, and ta-da, diamond and fire emoji. When it's all done, you can view on OpenSea, for example, or looks red. See on OpenSea, it's now got Infinite Love version 3 because I've done 2 test mints previously on, even one was on ERC721, but because I've done the name the same, it's come up as version 3. So you can tweak the name of it in each marketplace so that you can have you're able to kind of tweak things. You can't tweak the artwork because it's deployed through Manifold, but on OpenSea you're able to change like your profile name, give it a banner, give it a bit more description if you like, and change the landing page addresses. And you can see it's minted 2, quantity of 2. You can see here that even though I minted 2 artworks, there's only 1 picture of it. If I minted this artwork on a smart contract that's an ERC721, when I mint 2 artworks, there will be 2 versions. Even though it's the same artwork, there'll be 2 exactly the same pieces of artwork sitting that folder on this page instead of the 1. And when you go into the 1, it's got 2 editions. So that's the difference between ERC 551 or 551 and 721. Now we're going to deploy our ERC 1155 smart contract onto the mainnet. Let's fucking go. That's quite cute. Okay, so it's compiling the contract, it's awaiting the signature, similar to what we just did before on the testnet. And now we're signing the real thing, verifying the contract. And it's deployed on the mainnet. I'm just going to double check on Ethernet that it's worked. You can check the contract, you can see the artwork that you populated. Awesome. Cool, so now it's being deployed on the mainnet and we can publish our artwork for real. To create your claim page, you're going to and you go to Studio Manifold, the top, the overview, and then on the right there's the app page, and under here there's a lot of options for different things you can download. We're going to select the claim page and going to create claim page because that's what we're here for. Click the new page, and this is where you'll see the previous smart contracts you've created, and my Infinite Love contract is now live on the mainnet, so I can see it here. This is where you do pretty much exactly what you did before with the testnet version of the token that we did, but this is a separate one and it's different because it's going straight to a claim page. So if you want to do a claim page, you can skip the previous step. To do a testnet version, you can go straight onto the Mainnet and publish it. So same as before, we're going to upload our artwork. Upload our artwork, our description, our properties fields. Give it artwork name, created. I'm just going to copy and paste from my other testnet one, so I can pre-populate it, add my website, my description, and then add the artwork. This froze on me a couple of times. One, because I wasn't patient enough. And two, I think my internet disconnected once, so I think I had to start again. But the third time, I just left it. I went to eat lunch, I came back, I messaged someone from Manifold on Twitter to get some help. So because I'm an artist in residence with the Hug project, they gave me a contact, which was super nice, and I felt really bad. So shout out to Lyndon from Manifold for receiving like a wall of text from me on Twitter going, this is not working, I've uploaded this, it's not working. And I think he asked me how big is the file, and I knew I should just be patient. So literally right after I messaged him, after I've been sitting on this for about an hour, it uploaded. So don't be impatient. If your file is like an animation or video with sound, something that's more than just an image file, then I'd be patient and give it a couple hours just in case. It says the token version that we did had like a status bar at the bottom. On the claim page, it doesn't. So I wasn't sure if it was my internet or my browser that froze. And it literally took an hour and a half at least for me, because I went for lunch for an hour, came back, it was still loading. That's when I panicked because I really wanted to deploy it by a certain date. And then I started messaging someone, I checked the forums, I Googled, and I checked everything. I couldn't find out. And I think there was a couple of messages of people saying this is not working. So I was like, oh my God, maybe it's the system, it's not me. So I started messaging and I panicked. So don't panic, just give it an hour or two. And then if it doesn't work, then you can start troubleshooting. And I sign up for the forum. There's a lot of helpful artists and helpful people on there for you to ask questions, and they get back to you pretty quickly. Here's the artwork like before. It's working. Add the thumbnail, add the details again, and then we get to set rules. So here is where you set your edition price, and the payout address is the address you want the payments to go into. I put a separate payout address because I want it to be separate from the wallet I buy NFTs in, because one, it's easier for tax reasons, so then I can just export the money I got paid in for my artworks without kind of confusing it with random bad decisions I made buying NFTs. You can set a start date, or you can set now. Because my artwork is called Infinite Love, and the infinite symbol, I wanted to be live for 8 days. So I calculated 8 days from the day I minted this, added a time. I think I just picked midnight. Can be like, I think if you want to align it to your marketing plan or a specific time frame, just pick what you need to. You can always come back and edit this, so don't feel like once this has been deployed on the mainnet that you can't change it. These details you can change, the artwork you can't change, the name you can't change, and the smart contract details like your @, mark, all those type of things you can't change. The setup page, you are allowed to have your custom URL, which is super cool. When I first started this process, I also looked at Curious Addie's Launchpad, which is also really simple to use, no code required interface for you to create your custom page. And you could actually export and embed it into your own website. Initially, I was going to go down that route because I wanted a bit more information, but something that looks nice so you can give people the story behind the artwork, so it's not just you buy something off OpenSea. But then Manifold launched this, and I thought it was just easier for my first launch so that I don't make any mistakes. I don't want my own website to be compromised. I don't want people to feel unsafe leaving Twitter, for example, to an unfamiliar platform like my own website. They might think it's a scam. So I thought I'll stick with what's worked in the past, what's worked for other people, and I picked Manifold. add your description. This, you can also change the details of down the track if you need from the app page. Then we're going to go set up the page. You can see it. This looks nice. You can preview it. Have a look. So nice with the black background. And it'll come up with the closing time, where you can connect a wallet, a bit of information, and then your artwork is really the main focus of this page, which I think they've done the UI, the UX brilliantly. Like, just simple, really clean and nice. So now we are ready to publish. I'm going to publish this claim page. Again, this is going to upload, and it says something went wrong. This is an error. Please refresh and try again. So again, I panicked. I was like, oh my god, there's an error, and I messaged Lyndon again. Sorry. I was like, this is not working again. Is it the file size thing, or like what could it be? And then when I press publish again, I think it started working. I think it sat on this for a little while. I was like, is it working? Is it working or not? And then I got the pop-up. So I was like, okay, something's happening. And this will show you that I paid a total of about $6.46 at the time. This is USD, by the way. So it's 0.004 pretty much. I think the whole upload took about at least 5 minutes. So again, don't panic like me and think it's not working. It's happening. Something's working. And then you get these unicorns, and then your page is live. I went to the page and it was blank. Again, I panicked, so don't panic. Because your file type and the size of the file, it takes some time for it to load, for it to reflect back. So just sit on it for at least a couple of hours. If it's not working then seek help. Not like me, I waited like a couple of minutes and I was like, it's not working. And then I think by the time Lyndon saw my messages, it was working. So it was really embarrassing for me. And now the page is live. I deleted the Testnet token because I didn't want the duplication in the name. And now we just have one token minted in this Infinite Love contract. And you can see on the top left, there's the claim page symbol. So you know it's got its own claim page. Now we can go into the settings and set your artist royalties. Again, you can put in the royalties wallet, which is the same wallet I'm using for getting paid through this contract. And the royalties, you can set whatever amount you want to. I think artists select up to 10. Some people choose 6, 7, 8, 9, up to you. I'm going to set 8 because it's an infinite symbol. And then you can set OpenSea's royalties directly on OpenSea as well. And then I haven't used anything else. I haven't done anything else differently. It will ask you to approve it. It'll cost like a few dollars for you to add that. I don't think I changed anything else. Nope. Ta-da! And now we're live! So this artwork is really special because it was one of the first pieces I started modeling when I was learning a new medium. It was a dedication to my mom and my grandmas. It was something I wanted to last forever. So it kind of took me a long time to get right because the 4 rotations have the 4 seasons in there to kind of give you a sense of time passing, but also link to the foreverness that you have, this infinite connection. And the connection you have and the bond you have is just really unexplainable. I wanted to have this special piece dedicated to them, to really symbolic of the love that passes down generations, that is infinite, and the infinite love that you have for each other. So this is the meaning behind my artwork, and I hope this tutorial helped you and that you can start selling and sharing your artwork with the world through your own smart contract. So thank you.